What's the most annoying thing ever happened to you? The Karen who got me fired. I never imagined a single customer could completely alter the course of my life. But Karen did. Not in the way she intended, though, because while she believed she had destroyed me all those years ago, all she really did was set up the path to her own downfall. Let me take you back to where it all began. I was 19 when I started working at a cafe. It wasn't glamorous. Minimum wage paychecks, back-to-back shifts, and the smell of espresso beans permanently clinging to my clothes. But it was mine. For the first time, I was living independently, covering rent for a tiny studio apartment and scraping by on whatever tips I could manage. The cafe had its own charm. Exposed brick walls, chalkboard menus, soft indie music humming in the background. I liked being there. Customers came in with tired faces, and I sent them out a little brighter, holding drinks I'd made with care. It felt like more than pouring coffee. It felt like I was shaping their mornings. And then came Karen. You already know the type. Early 40s, overdressed for something as simple as a coffee stop, sunglasses worn indoors, voice raised on her phone about how busy she was. She treated baristas as if we were her personal assistants. Her regular order? A non-fat, extra hot, half-calf, sugar-free vanilla latte with exactly 2 pumps of syrup. Not 1, not 3, 2. The first time I got it just slightly wrong, accidentally adding 3 pumps instead of 2, she slammed the cup on the counter and shouted loudly enough for every person in the cafe to hear. Open quote, "Are you trying to make me fat? Do you not listen?" Close quote. My manager jumped in quickly, smoothing things over, apologizing endlessly, and even handing her a free drink card. That's when I learned. With Karen, perfection wasn't enough. She craved a scene. One hectic morning, the cafe was overflowing. Commuters were lined up at the door, and I was the only one working bar. Karen sauntered in, sunglasses perched on her head, and cut directly to the front of the line to bark her order at me. Non-fat, extra hot, half-calf, sugar-free vanilla latte. 2 pumps. Don't mess it up this time. I bit my tongue, made it with precision, and handed it to her with a polite smile. She took a sip, paused, then twisted her face as if I'd handed her poison. This has milk. Real milk. Yes, I said carefully. That's what you always order, non-fat milk. Her voice went sharp and high. I said soy milk. Are you deaf? You're trying to kill me. I'm lactose intolerant. Every head in the cafe turned to look. I tried to explain, but Karen was already storming toward the manager's office, one hand clutching her stomach like she was about to collapse. 10 minutes later, my manager called me in. Karen was sitting there, sipping a fresh soy latte another barista had made. She looked pleased with herself, like a cat that had cornered a mouse. She says you deliberately gave her dairy after she asked for soy, my manager said. That's not true, I protested. She always orders non-fat. I made her drink exactly the way she asks, like every other day. Karen gasped as if I had insulted her entire family. Are you calling me a liar? This is harassment. I come here every day, spend good money, and this is how I'm treated? My manager's eyes flicked nervously between us. The cafe had been struggling financially, and Karen was known for writing scathing Yelp reviews. I'm sorry, he said at last, avoiding my eyes. But we can't risk losing customers. We're going to have to let you go. And just like that, I was fired. Karen smirked as I packed my things. Maybe next time you'll learn how to listen. I walked out humiliated, broke, and furious. Rent was due in 2 weeks, and without the cafe job, I had nothing. I spent the next few months piecing together temp jobs, dog walking, tutoring, anything to keep afloat. For a long time, I replayed that day over and over in my head. The injustice burned. One lie from Karen had flipped my whole world upside down. But I had no proof, no power. Just a bitter story I told friends whenever they asked why I despised lattes. Eventually, life moved forward. I went back to school, got my degree, worked hard, and slowly built a career. 10 years later, I had stability in marketing. I'd nearly forgotten about Karen. Nearly. Then one Monday morning, I walked into the office with coffee in hand and froze. Karen was sitting in the lobby. Same oversized sunglasses, same self-satisfied posture. Though older now, a little more worn. She clutched a leather portfolio and tapped her heels nervously against the floor. I leaned toward the receptionist. "Oh, that's Karen," she whispered. "She's interviewing for a client relations position today. With your team, actually." I almost burst out laughing. Of all the companies in the city, of all the departments she could have applied to, she had ended up right under me. During the interview, she didn't recognize me at first. Why would she? To her, I had been just another disposable barista. "So, Karen," I said calmly, holding her resume, "tell me about your background in client relations." She launched into a polished speech about her years of experience dealing with people and how she handled conflict with grace. I let her talk, then set her resume down slowly. "Do you remember a cafe you used to go to?" "About 10 years ago. You ordered complicated lattes, non-fat, extra hot, half-calf, sugar-free vanilla, 2 pumps." Her eyes narrowed. "And one day," I continued, "you accused a barista of trying to poison you. Lied to the manager. Got that barista fired." Recognition flashed in her eyes, then panic. That wasn't you," she whispered. "Oh, it was." I smiled coldly. "And now you're here asking me for a job." Karen squirmed, her fake confidence cracking. "That was a misunderstanding. I didn't mean—" "Save it," I interrupted. "I remember exactly what you told me. Life isn't fair. Get used to it." Her face drained of color. "I'll be blunt, Karen. You're not getting this job. Not now. Not ever. And I'll make sure every hiring manager here knows exactly what kind of client relations you specialize in." She opened her mouth to protest, but I stood up, signaling the interview was over. The receptionist later told me Karen stormed out, muttering curses under her breath. Walking back to my office, I felt lighter than I had in years. The unfairness that had haunted me so long was finally corrected. Karen had once cost me my job, but this time, I had cost her the chance at hers. And the best part? I hadn't needed to lie. Life had come full circle, and for the first time, I finally agreed with Karen. Life isn't fair, but sometimes it isn't fair in your favor. Like and subscribe and share if this has ever happened to you or someone you know.